Among Us came out ahead of its time. We can enjoy it now because we have the time. This is Justa Hustle and we back, baby. Well, we ain't never left, but Among Us is a cool concept. And think about it, really kinda makes me feel good. Cause it kinda sends a message that things that were around that didn't get noticed can get noticed. Eventually. With time. Even a rose can grow through concrete. I ain't never seen it, but give it some time. That being said, finish my book, y'all. We might get back to that. Now, right now, we're talking about Among Us. And apparently it's the newest trend. Now, I ain't no trendsetter, and I never really considered myself a bandwagon hopper. I like what I like. I have my taste. I have my quirks. Among Us is actually not one of them. No, let me explain. What I'm saying is, I'm not a fan of gaming with others all the time. It's just not my cup of tea. But that solo life get depressing. But you power through if you're a gamer. And I really wanted to see what all the hubbub was about, so I checked through my couch and found the change to buy Among Us. So it's alright. Nah, I like it. I like it a lot. But yeah, it's uncivilized. You thought Red Dead was bad? Nah, it's pretty lit. Had a little stream you can catch over at G4NGL1F3 at twitch.tv. But yeah, it's something. I had fun at times. And there's so many ways to play this game. I really had a tough choice picking my device. I started out with BlueStacks, but I kept getting a weird sound issue. So I switched to my phone and got tired of really not communicating. I'll be honest, the text portion of the game isn't bad, and I actually found myself more invested in the gameplay during those games. When I couldn't actually talk, the games actually went their crewmates' way. So I guess I had a better time, and really started to get the vibe of the game. Understanding the mechanics, the different tasks, the who's who of Among Us. Then I got bored. Now, I ain't going to tell you how to enjoy your time. Look, I ain't gonna tell you how to play your game. You ain't gonna listen anyway. But MatPat did a great job. And I ain't jockeying game theory or nothing, but if you wanna see a video that did it better, go check out game theory and get out of my hair. But if you wanna know how and why it makes sense to play Among Us a certain way, you can stick right here. Cause gaming life and just the hustle is all about beating that game. You feel me? When I jump in, I gets win. When I make splash, I gets cash. You heard me? But in all seriousness, it only makes the most sense because it's the most like being, well, Among Us. Let me explain. Now again, if you still rocking with me, game theory is the study of human interactions. And again, game theory already did this shtick. So get off my dick. But to beat Among Us, you have to play like a human being. Let me get meta. Gaming life is, to me, what an old school gaming manual would be to someone that never went online for a tip and trick strategy for a game. Huh? The easiest way to understand the concept is to break it down. And gaming life is all about that. In my videos, I'm trying to get to the nitty gritty of the situation. And the only situation Just a Hustle be bout is the game, you know? I play a lot. It's a fact. And there really ain't no point unless I'm enjoying myself, right? So we're playing Among Us. And the only way to win is to play the game. You got your imposters and your crewmates, your gladiators and your champions. Who's gonna win is anybody's guess. But it all comes down to their individual player skills, wits, and tenacity. Well, that's what the announcer would sound like. but you ain't gonna hear them unless you hook up with your friends through some form of voice chat. Otherwise, you're playing the game using your phone, Discord, Skype, Zoom, or whatever else the kiddies are playing with these days. Anyway, with voice chat, this game is epic. Like, hands down. Polish this game up, give me some epic graphics, maybe an even gruesomer kill screen, and let's go. Take my money now. But all jokes aside, I see the appeals. Like, I truly enjoy the experience, though when can I say I've enjoyed all of an experience? Like, truly. Can't say I've had a perfect moment, or even played the perfect game, but this was fun. I really want to set up my own servers, get my squad together so we can play. Just play the game, and chill. I got a Discord, link in the description. But shameless plugs aside, how and why should you play this game? Why should you play this game, you ask? Free. BlueStacks. $5 on Steam. And everybody got a phone. Got a computer? Got a tablet? Get a Discord. Keep it civil. Please? Yeah, the ways to play this game are pretty endless. Like, you got options. But with the sequel coming out, you should cop out the 5. And hopefully part 2 will have its own built-in voice chat. But that being said, choose your weapon side. Now again, I ain't trying to tell you how to play. But I know what I done seen win. And I'm pretty sure it breaks down on both sides. Hear me out. How you should play Among Us. How the game can be won from both sides is like a community. The games where the crewmates won were rare in my stream, but I was able to catch some similarities in the events that transpired. Walk with me, Watson. You'll see, the easiest way to play this game successfully is to mimic life, my dear boy. And though this might sound crazy, you have to work together with the people within your game. Did I lose you, Watson? Keep up, boy. The similarities of this game in real life are astounding, like insane, crazy, mind-blowingly wowish. And when people really played as a community, I saw the tide shift, like it was truly entertaining. Exhibit 1. Typically, every game has at least one imposter, but the best games are with 2, sometimes 3. That literally means you go into the game already suspecting a couple of people. In real life, we judge people compared by any number of differing qualities and associations by nearly any degree of measure. This game breaks it down where you got a name and a color, nothing else. You start the game eyeing everybody as sus, and the first slip up is identified as probable murderer. I've said it before, I'll say it again. The easiest way to play is to mimic life. And I personally find that insane, like crazy, mind-blowing. Exhibit 2. How not to play as an imposter. For the record, I love this game, cause I'm about to go ape on its in-game community. But for real, the game is well crafted and simply innovative in what it tried to create. Kudos to the producers, and I hope they succeed in their ventures with pure and open intentions. That being said, yeah, imposters be getting easy wins. People just don't know how to listen. Like, for real. I don't know if it was my luck, playing with randoms, the randoms all being trolls, me being a troll, I don't know. But the imposters barely took L's, yo. So I can say what I've seen that led to being beat, cause I was rarely the imposter. But that's what they all say. But like, people don't like to communicate. Whether it's because of how the discords are set up, or because people are already on the offensive, or possibly trolls, nobody would listen to reason or accusal. To me, this comes back to human nature. And again, gaming life and game theory pretty much live in that neighborhood. Maybe different sides of the street, but I digress. Whether because the player is afraid to be voted out of an airlock, or because they're trying to stay safe as an imposter. Everybody wanted to be heard, but I think it goes a little deeper. Check me out. We instinctively don't want to hear what others have to say. It's like a defense mechanism. We instinctively respond by over talking them, when in truth, this is typically the path to literal destruction. Sussing out the first or obvious thing seems like the appropriate response. If I don't have to hear it, I don't have to accept it. It's pretty straightforward. If this person is not to be trusted, I shouldn't let them say about me what is not true or otherwise. Their opinion isn't valid. When suspected, it's standard to jump on board with the assumption. Introspection comes later, but typically we leap before we look. For example, in most of the games I played, we ended up losing because people kept talking and the timer ran out, effectively splitting votes. These were the most enjoyable campaigns. I mean, meme-worthy. I had a blast, even when I wasn't on the imposters team. But that got me to thinking, geez, are all randoms just trolling? Exhibit B! Games where people stated facts or communicated actual ideas typically won. Just facts. Games where players said their name or color, where the body was or what they saw, and who they may have seen kept the game going. And honestly, I played most of these without a mic. There were a few on Discord, but they were seriously rare, and most of them I found myself knocked out rather quickly. Games where players actually communicated, did their task, actually played the game like the community simulation it is, like the crewmates got the win, even if it came down to the wire. There might be 2 imposters and 3 crewmate left, and even come down to 1 and 2, but because of communication, the crewmates won out. Now, I know what you're thinking. How does that help an imposter? Like, why would I ever want to help the community as an imposter? Well, if you want to win long term, why wouldn't you? Let me break it down. This is just a game, but in it, the imposters are parasites. And parasites' easiest way of survival is to unharm their host, live among them, keep them breathing, and keep them growing. In Among Us 2, my theory is the sequel will probably have you infecting crewmates and spreading the imposter number, making the game even harder for the crewmates. But this is just a game, and we're talking about life. And in Among Us, your number is few, and the name of the game is Survivor, where up to 10 people vote one off every so often. Not for that, you'd be playing a community sim where half of the people wouldn't be doing their jobs. The thing that spices this meatball up is the imposters, which can be up to 3, and sabotages that have ways of making the crewmates' tasks that much harder. If the imposters work together, they effectively blend into the community. You can't really do tasks, but you can look like you are, or stick with the group, and maintain alibis. Tell people they're wrong when they are, because so-and-so wasn't in engineering, they were with you. And you don't gotta be lying. It can be straight fact, because people see what people see, and everybody is already sus, as the kids are saying these days. Now, you can do what you want, you gonna do what you want, but in my lobbies, I plan on having rules, I hope, where people always mute themselves before leaving the cafeteria meeting area. Like rule 1, if you talking outside that room, you booted. You played yourself. Goodbye. After that, do your jobs. I don't think this is a kickable offense because it's the name of the game and not all gamers game the same way. Some are a bit slower than others at different tasks. It's a fact. Like I said, to each their own. But I think people should try and complete their task in groups of 3 or 4, making it that much easier and that much harder for people to tell who is who. There is no timer in the game to complete tasks, giving the imposters plenty of time to pick and choose their method of murder. It's only when that matters. And sabotage in meetings and sticking with the group only aids their efforts. Yo, The times I was floored by who killed me and who was the imposter were when I got doubled up on. For real. I mean, I'm not talking double kill, but I'm talking about catch you in the corner, hopped out of grate at the same time, shank, you dead, out of nowhere. The person you've been chilling with forever was the imposter. Yo, I felt like that Shia LaBeouf meme where he clapping at the movie theater. Like, I don't know what he was watching, but it was probably one of them games. Now, I have been holding this off, but it's time to put foot down and talk about Discord and the randoms that populated. And say first, for shame. What is wrong with y'all? That was... I'm being censored. Yeah, I really felt like the lobbies I was privy to were, well, kinda sus. Like, they were bad. I guess I could say there were times I felt they might all be imposters, which sounds crazy.
I am pink. I swear, bro. It looks like.
For the record,
check me out. You ain't gotta believe
me.
You can vote me out next time.
Hands down.
Kind of loud.
Ahead of its time and innovative idea.
Talking.
Something that already existed, coupled with what we already love. Humanity. Us. Cut and raw.
Did you walk in on him?
Damn,
Somebody I was about to report.
I need some friends.
You're about to.
Anyway,
Did you see
random.
him, like, run away or something?
I really don't want to get into it anymore, but this game seems better with friends, you know? This troll's gonna troll, and the trolling can come hard. You don't even know.
Check me out. You know what? I'll take
Anthony.
I'll take the L for the team.
Who do you
It can get downright cringy.
Kick me.
But if you don't have friends and aren't afraid to speak your mind respectfully, you can always try Discord. Communication is key, and a lot of people are trying to be more vocal. If not for communication's sake, then for the sake of a message. And it is my belief that everybody should have an equal opportunity to hang themselves. If it don't jive, then they ain't doing their task. Then they getting voted off. But I should watch them to make sure first.
So they can't hear
I
me.
guess I should give them a chance to stab me in the back.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Let's go.
Man, like I said, as always, I hope you're enriched with health and wealth. Yo, it's been a minute and things is in motion, but as always, this is Justa Hustle, and we out. Oh, Fall of a Predator coming to an Amazon ebook or Kindle reader near you soon. Peace.